Let's see who we got in here. All right. We got QS, Megatron, Eddie A, Red Pick, Redneck, Red Pill, legendary John Boston. It's Rad. How you doing? Got some news from the newlyweds. I told you this would happen. She's spending time succeeding. Now the idiot is going to buy a home with her and sell his place with no mortgage. Bad time to buy houses. Emmy's back. Another wrench. Good to see Hemi. D-Man Fitty. Another wrench for me as well. Good to see you. Barely Good Tennis. Good to see Wes. Ghost Lachlan. Jawara. Had to cut my mom, sisters, and aunts off. Might not be a bad thing, especially with your success, my brother. Megatron 84. That was my friend's band called Slackjaw that we used to play back in 1994. My band used to open up for them. So they're good. They're good. I can tell you more about them. Let me just drop ahead of the stream. Hey, wow. Use your passport. Megatron says for business meetings only. AKS back. Foreign women, they have home field advantage. Isn't that the truth? Sultan Norzad. Here's the thing. Good to see you, Sultan. Here's the deal. I have been to these countries. I have lived in these countries. And the guys that are pitching, go and find these women, are literally setting up for disaster. So what do? They go to Tinder. They go to Colombian Cupid, Mexican Cupid, Guatemalan Cupid. The Colombian Cupid's got them all, right? Here's the deal. I'm going to say it. I'm going to lay it down to Chinatown. When you go to these countries and you do the dating apps, what do you think they're waiting for? That's right, you. They will meet you anywhere. You have no idea if you're going to make it home that night. No idea. I don't think they're on Spotify, but I'll get a link. They're good. Rad Hemi isn't wrenched now. I'm sure he would. Oh, he's not? Shoot, I thought he was. I'll have to wrench him after the show. Jim King says, Rad taking to my quasi-unicorn right now, 6 weeks in and crazy, has started love being awake. Ooh, gotcha. I hear what you're saying, Jim King. Rad, the idiot, is selling his premarital home and putting those assets into a home with a 300-pound bride. Weight Watchers for 300. He's turned home that was paid off in America. Guys, this is what people do. They do the stupidest things. They marry the bottom of the barrel, and then they get into debt. And what we know it's going to happen. Poor guy. Literally, John's friend, completely, what's the word? Oblivious to life. Gerald Montagna, good to see you. Good to see Gerald. I'd go to Nevada Bunny Ranch or Amsterdam Red Light District. That's as far as that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. We'll get into what happens. Geomaxing is same as going for prostitutes. Patriots won. What's funny is you go to Mexico, you get on. You meet a ton of people, but they're waiting for you. They're waiting for Americans. Doesn't matter if you're ugly, fat, bald, tall, small. They are waiting for you. They will meet you. And then they've got a few friends or cousins waiting outside when you've gotten drunk from something they slipped in your drink, or they just get you drunk, or you go back to the hotel. Now, I would say, I'll get into it. Let's see. Carl's back. Had to come over from Just Pearly Things. White Top Crop Girl was parlaying the same old BS. All they got is looks, man. Other than that, they don't have anything, right, Carl? Eddie A says some of the finest women I've seen were in Italy, but they all smoke. There you go. Smoking's got to be the most disgusting habit. If anyone's smoking, quit smoking. They call themselves the passport bros. Truth is, they're high-level passport simps. Jay Love, absolutely. Terrific, Jay. That is absolutely 100% correct. And I get irritated by a couple channel content creators that are big in the manosphere that pitch Dominican Republic. They pitch Medellin. She can't literally be 300 pounds. Yes, she is. Where's Hormaxer when you need him? Is that the guy down in Brazil? I have a friend who's in Colombia sleeping with lots of young women. No 3 guys who went to Thailand, all 3 of them divorced these guys. I call it all 3 of these idiots. I would agree, John Boston. Peter M., don't do it. Most women from foreign countries, once they get residency, they'll dump the guy. But even before that, even going down, here's an idea. I'm going to Colombia. They love Americans. They'll love me. I'll find a wonderful woman. I'm 20 years older. I'll get married, and we'll live happily ever after. The women in South and Central America they do not have life of an easy life. Let's just say that. Money is scarce. Resources are scarce. They're looking for providers. They look good for an American. They're looking for a way out. Okay, so now you're viewed as a ticket, or they're looking to extract from you in their country what they can, and they don't do it by themselves. They do it with force and their cousins or their friends. They're waiting. This is the problem. Guys don't understand that. Now, rad, but how do you find a woman that's going to love me in these countries? Well, let me explain something. Passport simps, third world tricking. Well said, J Love. Patriots win. So many beer belly 6-year-old men with 20-year-old Thai girls. I've seen a lot of these videos. Again, do they really love them? Some are literally, that's their only lifeline. No one talks about exactly what you said, Jor. I'm not going to mention that. I don't want to get flagged, but you're absolutely right. They are linked to these people. 300 million, she's built like a beach well. Oh, you got to see the picture. I'm not making fun of John Boston's friend's wife, but she is a huge one. Eastern European chicks like a good deal, but I don't speak their language. I stick out like a sore thumb and would cost me money. Well, how many Americans are going to Ukraine or who used to go to Ukraine? They're juggling the same women. Can you imagine a young Thai, I want an American over 60, bald and overweight to fall in love with? They don't fall in love. They fall in love with the pocketbook. Rusty Rivers, what's going on to you, brother? Good to see you. The Rev in the house. Rev's all over. Rev knows what up. Good to see you, brother. Any word from Dak? I would send him an email. I have not heard from One Fast Dak. The women in Asia are only looking to take your money or have multiple sponsors in their phone. Absolutely. All over the world, women are like that, says Amarak. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. AKS Rad, I can't tell you the number of women I've seen that come here for 6 months, paying 1,000 dudes for money, then go back like nothing happened. It's becoming more prevalent, AKS. Asians look at the relationships as business. They didn't have Disney to fantasize. Someone made up a thing called love. CJ. Well said. Geomaxing shows that some men have no meaning in their lives unless they have a woman. How sad is that? Marvel Elite 500. You make a great point. You make an exceptional great point. Yeah, they'll do anything just to feel like they're loved, but they're not. It's an oxymoron. There's Rev's channel. There's AKS's channel. Thanks, D-Man. John Boston says, yes, she's over 300, no neck and full of skin tags. She has a broken down car with fast food wrappers. She got a Polaroid picture on her check engine light, a boot on the wheel, like Greg Adams says, and a cart full of junk. I have not heard from Dak. I did send him an email. Trying to find the video of MGTOW guy who went to Colombia, went on a Tinder date, got big red flags, and had to drag her out of his Airbnb, telling, I don't think he made it. That's that Asian guy from California. Look, number one, I'm going to tell you a story. He went to Lorales. That's outside of Medellin. That is more of a nicer area. It's more Colombian, upscaler Colombians. It's a nice, but it's not El Poblado. El Poblado in Medellin is where all the gringos go. They got the Pizza Huts. They got the McDonald's, the Starbucks. Laureles is a nicer place. And that happened to him in Los Laureles. That's a hard word to say in Spanish. Laureles. I'm going to say it again. Los Laureles. Laura with an E-L-I-E-S. Okay, that is an area that is actually an upper scale area outside of the about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the downtown. He got taken in an Airbnb, right? Because they can rent out Airbnbs in there. He invited a woman over from Tinder. That's not the area where the problem wasn't the area where he was at. It's who he invited over. He invited a woman that was looking for the next sucker that they could extract resources from. Right? And this is what the problem is when the people say, go to these foreign countries. You'll meet tons. They love Americans. Women are hardwired to rip off man's wallet. Absolutely. And that's what we're talking about. And guess who's with them? Their cousins. Most likely fringe people that like to use substances and use things in their hand that are deadly forced. If you pull a certain metal object in your hand and finger. Oh, good, D-Man. I'm glad to hear that, man. I was worried about him. I'm glad everyone's been worried about Dak. He's listening. Or if anybody has got good connections with him, let him know we're praying for him. Let's see. That was the YouTube channel called Mission. Gotcha. But that's the reality. I mean, the guy was in a nice area. So kudos to him. He wasn't in El Poblado. Maybe if he was in El Poblado, it would have been different. But he was in Laureles. I said it better there. Sometimes my tongue gets a little turned. But who did he invite? He went on Tinder. That's his problem. Don't go on any dating sites. Don't go to any of these clubs, right? If you're out of town, and I've said this multiple times, shout out to Billy the Goat, isn't hooking up aboard the same mindset? Absolutely. Guys go down, oh, I'm going to find a gal that loves me. I can't find him here, but there's someone that'll love me. No, they don't. They love what's in your wallet. They love what's in your pocket, and it's not what we're talking about. He found a Tinder gal, and he got fleeced, and he got deleted. Check him out, Paul Nguyen. It's that Vietnamese spelling Nguyen, Nguyen. So yeah, he thought he found a great gal. She probably in was drunk or something happened in his drink, or just someone broke down the door and took what he wanted and also took his life. My father was a slave 40 years and mother stayed home. Wage slave. Yeah, my dad still works. Shout out to Billy the Goat's channel. Shine Customs. Travis is in. What up, Rad? I had a great day being my own boss, cranking metal, did some work, shot some fire blanks, no stress. Good for you, brother. Check out. Send a link to your website for your metal band. It's pretty good. I love foreign women, but I love bodily organs and bank account more. And that's what we're talking about. So this guy goes down, unfortunately meets the wrong gal in the nice area, gets deleted, gets ripped off. His body is now being flown back, all because he thought that Tinder or somebody told him that you could find these great gals. And guess what? No. If you want to get with the gal, you go to a resort. Say you go to Mexico, you go to all-inclusive or Cancun, and you meet up with a foreign traveler as well. If you want to hook up with someone, meet up with the foreign traveler that's staying in the same hotel. Now, that doesn't guarantee anything, but you probably have better odds. If another fellow tourist is spending money to be there and hang out and whatever, that is the only way I would ever do that. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from Dak. Chris Mitchell said that he's back in the hospital. Yeah, we need updates on Dak, folks. Thanks, Rev. I unsubscribed from a lot of channels because they're promoting travel for women. Why only women? Why not travel for yourself? Why not travel for the history, education, culture, lesson, etc.? FJT, laying it down in Chinatown. Good to see you, brother. Check out FJT's channel on all the crazy voicemails he gets from these crazy women. He just posted one the other day. I went into an open house, and the realtor that was there, I hit it off with, and we were going to get together. It's easy. You have to talk and be honest and be yourself. And it didn't seem like you didn't go to an open house looking for a woman either. It just popped in your life, right? Great. It's not that the gal, people connected her that I'll be worried about. Yes, it's not the gal, but the people connected. Absolutely. QS, good to see you. 100%. You don't know what's behind that phone or that makeup. Pay for play, don't get attached as Patriots. Well said. Shout out to FJT's channel. We got Polska. Polska's been waffling at 1:40 in the morning my time trying to get me on a live stream, but I'm dead sleep thinking about Being a passport bro. Good to see you, brother. Bodies being flown back. Yeah. The police ain't helping. Police ain't helping. Right? So that's the story. So you go, if you want to go to a Cancun resort, you get with a fellow traveler or tourist, fellow backpacker that's staying in a hostel. Do not get with a local. Number one, you don't understand. If you don't understand the culture or the language, I understand the culture and the language of multiple South American and Central American countries. Why? Because I live there. I speak Spanish. I've been speaking Spanish since I was 19. I understand the music. I understand what they eat. I understand where to go, how to navigate, even in predominantly Hispanic areas. I try to never go to the tourist areas. They have better food 2 miles off the tourist trap. But you have to know what you're doing. You don't go down thinking you can just walk whatever. You got to have, as they say in Spanish, la pila puesta. You got to have your battery put in. AKS says, passport simping. There's place in the States where you kind of find the same 3 or 4s and they speak English. Well said, brother. Well said. Check out Polska's channel. Let's get him some more subs. He's waffling with Chris Mitchell and MGTOW Cowboy. Ooh, Eddie A is going to go see Judas Priest and Queensryche. Unfortunately, Greg's not there, right? But that singer they got is all right. Unless he can, is he back with the band? No, he's solo. Greg, I can't remember his last name. All the cool laid up my streams, Rebel. Hey, if I got insomnia, I'll hit your stream. Rad, what about hotties that only cost $20 a night? Would these women prey on my money as well? You got to be really careful. You got to be really careful. What's the other? And I'll tell you another thing. I mean, it's really simple. Go down to Colombia, get on Tinder and Colombian Cupid, and lose all your money and potentially your life, or get your ass kicked and possibly be disabled and mangled. John Markel, don't care where she's from. If she has a vagina and insect bites, it's hypergamous. Also, laws there may be completely different. I stay away. Men have to discipline over their little head. Well said, Jerome Markel. This is a very important comment he just made. Go, and FJT said the same thing. Go and visit the country because you want to learn a language, you want to learn their culture, you want to have fun. I'm not saying don't go to these areas, but don't be like every other of these passport sims. They're going and they've got their Tinder ready. These women have nailed tons of dudes. They still have guys giving them money, sending them money. They make TV shows about this. Don't be an idiot. And if someone pops in your world at a resort, great. Don't seek it. If someone pops in your world because you're staying in a hostel and some German chick and she's cool and you've been hanging out for 3 days, bang away. Jerome Markel, don't care where she's from. I just read that. Megatron says, it's understanding the Spanish culture a bit advanced than one might know. You got to understand the culture. You got to understand what's their number one dish in Colombia, bandeja paisa. They eat arepas and empanadas. What's the Mexico dish? Well, tacos, right? Tacos and tortas. You got to understand. What do they eat in Guatemala? Pepillon. What do they eat in Venezuela? Pabellon. You got to understand what they eat, how they speak, what they like. Know some of the country music, the musical stars. I mean, understand their culture. When people come here, they know who Michael Jackson is. They know McDonald's. They know Thanksgiving. They know the 4th of July. They know so much about us because they want to learn. That's what you should be doing. La pila puesta sounded Puerto Rican the way he said it, Manessa. My accent can be construed for Puerto Rican, Cubano, Colombiano, Venezolano. I don't have a Mexican accent. Mexicans sing when they speak. They have they call it tonema. They speak. Hola, ¿cómo estás? They sing when they speak. Good to have you, Manessa. I work overseas 6 months a year. I've learned the same package in a box. Owner's manual is in a different language. There's no warranty. Well said, Stephen from Arizona. Brother, good to have you. I saw Judas and Queensryche about 10 years ago. I love the song Painkiller. You know what my favorite Queensryche song is of all time? Last Night in Paris. Great song. Passport Bro's just going to pay for it, says Joara. Well said, brother. I don't know who you guys are talking about. Was that the chick on your site the other night, Polska? I caught up your stream later. A mouth hug and a beer should never cost more than $20, says Timmy Kramer. Timmy Kramer, the forever bachelor, he was just down in Puerto Vallarta. Rusty says yellow fever always turns to green fever. Well said. If she has a cell phone, she's westernized. A lot of simps are going to get hurt thinking foreign women are magical. She's not like that right now. Female nature is universal. Wake up, men. FJT laying it down in Chinatown right there. That's basically the whole stream. I mean, this is you guys are bringing it out. Female nature is universal. She's not like that. Oh, they're different in Mexico. They're different. I've been to Guatemala. They still have Instagram. They still say take selfies. They still get DM'd. Bunny Ranch is a huge ripoff. The only thing about when you pay for it in Nevada, if you do, I've never had to do that. But I think that they want you to come back. So I think they probably put out some good service. I've not seen that, brother. Hamsters vid. Better to invest money in crypto to cryptos than chasing women. Well, cryptos are, man, it's a shit show right now, FTX. Jet City woman is your favorite. Oh, that's a great one too. AOC thinks daylight savings is a bank. AOC, great rack, but nothing else. Jerron Markel. I had a fun time with the young lady in Portugal, but I met her at her place of work as an artisan. At least you, yeah. And that's another thing. Okay. Let's just say you're set on meeting a Latin woman and having a relationship with a Latin woman. You know what I say? Get the hell out of any of these big cities. Go to a very small city. Like, let's say a city of 10,000 people. Get a hotel. You need to live there or be there for at least 2 months. Start going to a Catholic church. Start going to a cafe, the same cafe every day. Eventually, they'll find out that there's a gringo that goes there all the time, and women will show up. Now, you have to vet them. You never, ever take them back to your house. I would never go back to their house either. You want to always be in public. But how do you get to the area? Well, you've got to literally be like in the 50s if you want to meet a gal like that. You got to court her. I'm talking no SCX. You hang out in that little area. You start vetting her for weeks. If she's the type that's going to extract your resources, she'll be gone within the first 2 to 3 days. If she's not, which they're rare, then, buyer beware, but you might have a better chance. That's the only way the Radster would do that. The foreign chicks are probably aware, expecting the Passport Bros' arrival. Oh, they are. I bet they've got a connection with all of the incoming flights at the airport. Carl Fetterman. He's the guy from Goonies. They better put good service. It's 5 to 6 figures for one nut. Jeez. Yeah. I wonder how they're doing now with the fact that everything's monetized and the sugar babies and sugar daddies. Gotcha. I hear what you're saying, Polska. Hypergamy is biology. Brandon Wilson, a woman overseas, will look to do 2 things. Exercise her hypergamy after 10 to 30 years, leave you because of boredom for another guy, use your resources until she can't. Well said, Brandon. Where are you from, brother? If you think going to a job every day is hard work, try waking people up. Most people are stupid. A lot of these guys are going to go down. There's going to be more deletions, more fleecing, more extraction of people's resources by force through these Passport Bros. And the itchy scratchies. You're absolutely right, AKS. You can live in Vietnam for 500 if you're a minimalist. I've seen a couple videos of guys doing that. Minimalism is a key tenet of the red pillar. Imagine flying thousands of miles to a country for love only be the ATM for her and her family. Let me get white knights for 500 Trebek. Passport bros and white knights for 500 Trebek. FJT, laying it down in Chinatown today. The only issue I have with Vietnam is that it's impossible to get long-term visa unless you marry. How about you go like 4 months here, 4 months there, and just go, right? Go to Cambodia, go to Vietnam, go to Thailand, then go to Central America, go to El Salvador, Nicaragua. Do the things. If you take a foreign woman here and marry her, the court will give her a translator in her language, and you will feel how the state will support you and be against you. John, you mean support her and be against you. Well said. Brandon Wilson from London, favorite area for music. Manchester, all the great bands come out of England. Well, at least 60% of Rad's favorite ones. Chris Mitchell, the Emperor, is here. Chris, we're waiting on an update from Dak. How's he doing? I really don't want to date the 43-year-old chick who has slept with 100 men. The village bicycle for 300 Trebek. Like a bicycle with 2 flat tires. Everybody gets a ride. Sub out to Chris Mitchell's channel, the Emperor, pizza maker. Rad, did you see the beauty contest in New Hampshire where they let the man win? I'm so sick of this. Well, it's yep, and it's woke till they choke. It's ridiculous. Big announcement last night. Mar-a-Lago. This is how the rich stay rich, banking off of men's ignorance by using the female against him. The extraction of resources by the female. 98% are not recommended. The only difference between American gold digs and foreign gold digs is foreign ones tend to be more honest and upfront. Yeah. Yeah. Be very careful with the foreign woman. Be very careful, folks. Think with your cabeza. Anybody want a 20-month-old lab who is awesome but is trying to tearing me down from saying F it and expatriating? Oh, there's a lot of people that'll take dogs. I'm sure you'll be all right. Most Americans want a Filipino woman, but they don't know. I see the female nature here in Philippines. It's like Western women. Jordan, good to have you, brother. Jordan Bueno watching. Americans, come over. Get with Filipinas. Well, apparently, from what I heard, Filipinas, once you pay for them and their family, is that correct? A lot of them tend to be married too, because you can't get divorced in the Philippines. No word yet from our brother Dak. Let him know we're thinking about him. Megatron says, woke, broken, choke. That's all you need to know. That is all you need to know, gents. The stupid libtard I know who voted for the demon slaps. I told him now that you voted for this crap, this means you have to date guys wearing dresses. Yeah, that's who they're getting. They're getting simps. They're getting, on my channel, we call them the emotionals. MGTOW Outlaw is back. Party has started with MGTOW Outlaw. Watch the last 5 minutes of that. All right, brother. If it comes from Polsko, we know what up. I Hate Dogs YouTube channel. It's quite funny. Foreign women aren't like that. How was I able to bang some of them on the first date without spending a dime? If she's not like that with you, best believe she's like that for guys like me and Rad. I'm not saying you can't get with women. You have to be careful because they're looking for idiots. They're looking for the blue pillars, the guys that believe in the fantasy that a foreign woman is waiting for them to sweep them off their feet. They're gonna have an amazing life. Right. Check out Outlaw's channel from D-Man. A friend of mine was in Costa Rica, was telling me how prostitution is legal there. How many guys really want to be with a woman that's had 1,000 to 2,000 leg counts? The anatomy can't be that good. Can't be. Much to learn, young grasshopper. Joshua Van Noctis, good to see you. Where are you from? You seem new to me. I'm not perfect, but at least I ain't a Democrat. Strong men voter are conservative, weak men are not. It's as simple as that. They're filming a movie in my area. It was a Skittles convention. Oh, I bet it was, John. I bet it was. Paint on the first AKS. I adopted a second female German Shepherd. Now I have 2 loyal females in my life. Attaboy. That's what we know about dogs. They love their owners and they are unconditional. Get well soon. Absolutely. Carl says, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Get back on the plantation, Jerome Markel. Who else I like that's a black creator? Jericho Green. I love Jericho. The Skittle movement. I cannot believe people. I'm seeing on LinkedIn, which is a website I use for work. I do a lot of messages and connections. Guys that I work with are putting their pronouns behind their name. They're caving in too. I wouldn't want a prostitute or an OnlyFans girl, John Boston. Nope. Disgusting. Joshua's from the Midwest. Well, welcome. Welcome, brother. Wendy in the Midwest. Even if she doesn't have a large body count, she's a party girl. Been with her college love for 10 years. She's still a party girl at heart. Go watch the Netflix series Sex Life. That is exactly the show Carl is talking about. Biden, Lula, now Fetterman. What is this world? Fetterman. He's the guy in Goonies. Hanging out with Chunk, remember? He's all like contorted. Look him up, the guy from Goonies. Watch out for the 50-year-old Scottsdale hottie with 1,000 blank stare. She will steal your house. I told you about my friend of mine. His girlfriend moved in. He got kicked out by the judge. He had to sell it, gave her half. He was with her for 18 months. That's in Commie Coast, Oregon. Watch out. Let's see what we got. Timmy Kramer is 100% right. Eric, July, Anthony Bryan Logan, JLP, among many of the woke brothers who see the plantation for what it is. Attaboy. I'll have to check out some of those podcasts. Female prostitutes are male version of psychopaths. You can see Patriots One in their eyes when a woman has had so much DNA from men inside of them. They just look glazed. They're empty. They are damaged beyond repair. They are empty. They're dead. They're walking dead. They're zombies. Thing about prostitutes, you know, they're used just like the new girl you're seeing who's still banging her current boyfriend or worse. Well, there's some definite comparisons, AKS. Liberal, pinky, blank, bastards, Rusty River. I will agree with that. Good evening, gents. So much for Bitcoin. How about the FTX bullshit? El Padrino, that guy that started it, what's his name? Sam Friedman. He's gave 40 million to libs. Well, we know what's behind that, but he's probably Skittles. He's woke. Went on a Zoom meeting, was refused to use the blank nouns, and I put my name on the screen and called out the guys with them. They kicked me off the group. My pronouns are FJT, and let's go, Brandon. The black community doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the state. The Johnson administration gave them the welfare section, Section 8, food stamps. Nope. Well said, brother. There's a lot more Jerron Markels out there that these people think. I thought the UK was clown world, says Satoshi Nakamoto. Ooh, the inventor of Bitcoin. But the US? Good to see you, brother. The 1,000 blank stare. Can't miss it, can't unsee it. Truth. What do you think about midlife career change? I hate my career. Look, I think you should do it. Find out something that's easy that lets you live on a minimalist budget. Jonathan Noble did a video on this. If you marry a woman overseas, the laws apply where she decides to do it. Yep, it's all where they decide to divorce you guys. You bring her back here, she divorces you, she gets all. That's why, good, well said, Matthew. Don't bring them back. Females lack empathy with a high body count. Patriots won. The only thing I'm conflicted with is how much is enough in order to walk away from it all. Depends. I mean, if you look at Mexico, I mean, I did some numbers. We'll take it offline. You can't make a woman happy. My ex uttered these words the morning before I was blocked. My love, my babe, my life, the unstoppable force. Learn from this, gents. They change your mind like the wind. There's more hurricanes per day than in a year with a lady. You can do nothing against their hurricanes. Peace, quiet, and freedom is what we are after. FJT says, same here, bro. I never did the prosty thing. I'd rather take care of myself. I'll put cash towards myself and investments. This is the way that men should be living, investing in themselves physically, financially, spiritually, mentally, culturally, and emotionally, loving yourself. Love yourself so much that you don't care if any person, you ever see a person again. Single moms, let's see, ever watch Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man? It's a buddy biker flick working against the daddy government. Was that the... No, but I saw Easy Rider, Megatron. Single moms make up the largest group of voters for the... Yes, they do. And there's going to be more of them. God, I have always said Gen Z is the future. They are woke. They don't even know what they are. They're Skittles. Now I've heard, I just read this deal before I get into that. Carl, send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail. I'll discuss my thoughts on the financial parts. But I just read an article about they are now, I'm not going to say the word. I don't want to get flagged. One eye gives a cock stare, the other gives a death scare. Well said. They are now adding another genital. It's called bigenital anatomy. So you have two. You have a sausage and you have a taco. That's the future. Not those that identify as both people are now putting both packages below. This guy, just read it. It's on Vice. One silver lining in today's culture is people are receiving some major blank pills in dating and politics. Yeah. I mean, there's people that are waking up. Then there's people that they cannot see anything but their stupidity. Sammy laundered money to the Democrat was all planned. Yep. To crash the market, cheapen the price, buy up tons of shares, and then show everybody that crypto is bad, and then develop their own digital currency for the U.S. Well said, Jerron. El Padrino, the manosphere becoming WCW and WO, too many color pills. I want to go my own way. I don't care about what damn color pills. Go your own way. That's what I say. El Padrino in Chicago. Megatron, cutting off my sisters and my aunts. Whatever brings peace, quiet, and freedom, get those out of your way that do not allow that. 6 years or more commitment to them means nothing. What did you do for me? No, it's not what you did an hour ago. It's what you did right now. That's what you guys got to remember. There's no such thing as an emotional bank account. How's my stock profile? Down like everybody else's. I guess I should go to Peter Schiff and invest in his foreign funds. They are doing very well. If you go to escort, you're paying for psychopath. Truth. In 2021, the basic cost of raising a child to the age of 18 that's $150,000 American. Now it's 200. The cost of keeping her hypergamy in check is your life. Well said, brother. Easy Rider is the best Gen X biker flick. I would agree with that. Yellen Azari position it as a reason for a CDC. You got it. I just found out my ex-fiance has married her ex. I feel sorry for him. She's an evil fruitcake behind an innocent smile. Guys, be happy for your ex that gets with the next guy, or be sad for the next guy because he's not going to be able to deal with her. Lots of these corporate jobs are not hiring from these woke colleges because they want employees. You know, I was sitting, that's funny you say that, John. I was sitting with a guy that was a Skittles hairdresser in Florida. He's about 60 years old, complete Skittles. He won't hire any of these young people. He says they don't work. This guy, nice guy, obviously Skittles, massively Skittles. But we talked about business. He's like, these kids today that are all woke, they cannot function. He fires them. He doesn't even hire them, even his own kind. So you're right. They're the slime mold people. Slime mold has 720 genders. My son went when he was at freshman year up in Utah, college. Apparently filled out a form and it was asked, there were 16 different genders he had to check. He calls me and goes, Dad, there's only 2. And I go, good boy. Satoshi, at least she is his problem instead of yours. Well said. Laguna Ape, looking to Volt. Interesting. Where are you from, brother? Where's Laguna Ape from? John Boston, the Clown World. Yep. Clown World is the result of liberal, weak men and women. Briefalt's law is guys. Briefalt's law is legit. It's real. Many men marry women with the hope they will never change. Women marry men with the hope they will change. Invariably, they are disappointed. Albert Einstein. See you later, Rev. CJ Wilkins is back. Check out CJ's channel as well. Passport Bros is an easy segue to STT, boys. If you're not careful, be smart. That's another thing. Well said, CJ. Good to have you. The itchy scratchies is rampant, not only in the US, but outside, probably double or triple. Time to buy in crypto, potentially. I don't know if it's bottomed yet. I'm down 40 million, but I'm not scared. I'm prepared. The market will spike. Well, everything comes back. Rad, it's all about expenses. Well said, brother. AKS says, just know people, most women that you're talking to right now are actively having blank with other men. That's truth right there, AKS. Can you imagine being a man on your purpose and go to a job interview and being told they are only hiring Skittles? Well, they're going to come out. They're going to come out with, check out CJ's channel. They're going to come out with a affirmative action for the Skittles group. Let's see. Joshua, the Skittles is the rainbow of flavors. We'll keep it at that. Millions of homes lost to the creature of Jekyll Island. No one starts a business to lose money. Nobody, says Jerron. Unless you're Black Lives Matter. Good luck with your investment. Everyone's down. It'll come back, though. Might take a long time. I think it's worse than 2008, if you guys remember that. Volt, I knew. I'll have to check that out. After 11 years of marriage and 18 years as a couple, Albert and his wife, physician Maleva, had grown apart. He couldn't win. Neither can you. Some men think they're superhuman, says Brandon. Well said. 2025 will be a huge year for crypto because banks turn to digital and cryptos will be used in the bank sector. Yeah, I don't think there's bottomed out yet, but definitely it's down, $46,000 from its high, $45,000. There's 2 kids on my team that take 3 mental health days a week. They're not going to make it past first. You guys want to hear us? Well said, CJ. You want to hear something? 42% of all kids under the age of 18 see a therapist once a week. They see a therapist once a week. John Boston, I've told my kids plenty of times that identifying yourself one of these 53 genders and saying you identify and a piece of fruit won't get you a job. Nope. I tell my boys, you want to get a job, learn how to communicate like a real person. Speak yes, sir, no, ma'am. Complete sentences. Michelle says, I'm sorry I haven't been recently, getting ready for my daughter's birthday. Congratulations to you and your family, Michelle. Good to have you. Could you imagine the young generation getting drafted? Shine Customs, I don't want to even think about that because we are screwed if that happens. They will need a safe space on the front lines. Golden Junior Gold Miners for the win. I got some Geo. Hope West from 5 years. He's taking a break. He's got he hasn't deleted his channel. He's back in corporate. So he's got to play it safe. T-Tox is back. Good to see you, brother. I wouldn't buy more than 10% in crypto, and even when, you got to. It's all about just diversification. Take it from Carl. Any of you guys in Arizona get a hold of me? I'm going to be down there soon, Timmy. Fortunately, I can't. I'm having issues with setting that meeting up. Affirmative action and reparations. Affirmative action is reverse discrimination. I just don't understand it. Martin Luther King was against that. Hire people for their merit. Not their color, not their creed, not their race, not their religion. Brass and lead. There you go. Invest in that. Affirmative Skittles. Europe's back. Good to see Europe. False alligators and you get in jail for free. There you go. Black Lives MAGA. We love our black brothers. The U.S. should ban those Skittles. Ain't no way. We should. We got Forgot's going from school to school. It's rampant. Hey, then the furries are big too. They're putting kitty litter spaces in elementary and junior highs now. I laugh passport bros travel for love and say later on, I can't believe she only wanted me for my money. FJT laying it down to Chinatown. You're right. I'm not down. I'm up for the year selling premium and shorting all the crappy stocks. Well, you're a smart one, JB. Yep, I'm down too, Joara. You can choose between a wife or a life. Ooh, I like that. Wife or a life. Mike P, I don't think they're all gold diggers. I say 1% to 2% aren't. The rest are. I'll agree with that statement, Mr. Mike P. Good to have you. Ain't no well, be tasting the rainbow now. Therapy is useless, says where? I would agree. Trump, more jobs. Obama, no jobs. Clinton, BJ's, Biden's an idiot. Well said, Duran. Therapy is a joke. It is a total joke. Marriages and relationships are over, but your success isn't. Take advantage of it. That right there is solid, Brandon. Great comment. Marriage is extortion. It's not recommended in Rad's book. I tell my kids, always participate in college and always be the first to do presentations and learn how to communicate. I tell my boys, if you know how to communicate with boomers and Gen Xers, you will be successful. These kids can't communicate today. She wants the wedding, not the marriage. 304, single mom by choice. Well said. Europe, I have a doctor friend who's paying through the nose with alimony. Guys, you don't want to be in court. Oh, crap, Wes is taking a break. Yeah, he's taking a break. We'll see him back in some form or fashion. Have a good night. Good to see you, Padrino. Invest in copper and lithium. Investing. See you later, Padrino. Top tier men are getting divorced, so why should I get married? Well said. Look around. When the real estate crashes, I will pounce on it like a feline. Not a bad time to get some great deals. Fortunately, I have the job that I am on maternity leave. I'm a trauma nurse here in Ireland, and the social justice Skittles Brigade has invaded nursing. Oh, yeah, nurses are some of the most liberal gals in the world. I was married to one. The gender-neutral bathrooms were just the beginning. Actually happened when Barack and Mike were around. Michael? Most therapists are blue-pilled. Oh, massively liberal, and never date one. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to nursing. It's woke. Healthcare, I deal with a lot of women in healthcare. They're all woke. Passport bros think they're getting the deal, but they did forget hypergamy. They act submissive to get your money. Yes. Well said. I was throat blank by Celsius Network and FTX pounded my blank hardware wallets only, guys. Be careful out there. See you later, Joshua. Mike P says you can be happy without being married. I agree with that statement. Communicate without wasting time and energy. That is the key. Well said, AKS. Let's see. Being a nurse is tough. You're on your feet all day, 12 hours a day. I attempted to watch Whack a Job, Whack Under Forever, aka Woman King 2, and didn't make it 7 minutes. It just doesn't look appealing. You know, CJ? I can't do it. And then again, my attention span. I like watching documentaries. That's my thing. Invest more money online than in relationships or marriage. Chase money, not women, says MJSP49. Good to have you, brother. That right there is pure gold. Invest in yourself. I'm sick of the Democrats calling people racist. I have Asian and black neighbors from Africa, and they're all nice people. Well, that's how they just keep the narrative going, right? They keep the narrative going by calling people that. All diggers think they're digging for gold, but only dig dirt in the end. Well said, Stephen. That's Obama's legacy, putting men in women's bathrooms. I agree with that statement. I'm investing all the money in crypto so I can retire later. Be careful, brother. Fleming Larson. Where are you from, brother? I'm a racist, though I'm white, and I like women who aren't white. I'm a racist. I like NASCAR. I like Kentucky Derby races, Tour de France races. Being in retail, you're on your feet all day. Yeah. I was on my feet all day in a trade show. I got to be in a trade show this weekend as well. Relationships don't work anymore. They sure is. That's a very good statement for 98% of men. A woman is either a gold digger or a gold digger adjacent. Either way, you're a disposable ATM. Well said, CJ. New data shows women are only selecting the top 2%. Yeah, what chance do you guys have, Stephen? Government pushes racism. We are not blank by nature. No, we're not. When I was little, man, it's all programming. The liberals want us. They want people to be against people of colors. Keeps the narrative going. Modern women want a man that's 6 foot. Yep, with $7 million. It's now they're going to want someone that's 7 foot now. MSM is the evil tool. I dated a therapist one the first night. We went back to her house. Easy. I went out with a couple. They're freaking libs, but I would agree with that statement. I'm from Denmark. Good to have you, brother. Where's Big Dick Dane? He's from Denmark too. I haven't seen him for a while. Relationships. Well said. Sell, put on target, get that premium. If the stock falls, keep the puts and buy more. Are you shorting Tesla? I was called racist. Ain't no way. I have 4 black tires and a color TV. 2 turntables and a microphone. A woman gains 50% of her husband's net worth when she says, I do. A man gains absolutely nothing. It's a trap, fellas. Well said, CJ. Women who become therapists have all mental issues. That's right. They go into it to fix themselves. We got none, not a chance, says Fleming. Do you believe in manifesting anything in your life between changing someone's height and race? Mysterio from Winnipeg. I think you can manifest a lot of stuff by your thoughts. Good to see you. I just go wherever life leads me. Why is marriage and kids the end game instead of happiness? Programming and the narrative, my brother. You can't be blank if you hate everyone equally. If you ain't 6'4" or above, you're left swiped. True. A lot of folks, a lot of women will not swipe on you. Isn't it crazy how you can feel so close and in love with someone and then break up and never speak again? Yeah. And have 3 kids and bury their father? Sure, I know exactly what that's like. But not even the top % can make it work. Not even. There's no benefit for men in marriage anymore. Mysterio, loved your where it's at, Beck. Like a termite choking on a splinter. Beck. 7 foot, 7 pack, and 7 figure, says Rev. I think you're onto something, Rev. Therapist. Split up. The blankest. Well said. Jason Reed's back. It's a trap. Can't manifest frame or submission. No, you can't. There's no love. The only question modern women have in their mind is, what can he do for me? Janet Jackson. You're with Single Town. Him and I are supposed to do a collaboration. The telltale thing for chicks is just being silly. Did I say that right? Never let women stick a wedge between you and your goals, says Megatron. Hard to move on when it's someone you love. Yeah. Well, you got to understand the fantasy. I know what that's like versus reality. Anyone need political red pills? Check out Salty Cracker and join the Salty Army. Check it out. Marriage means slavery. Indentured servants. Yes, I read that. Morgan Stanley did that article, John. 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single. Ask a woman hard questions. Like, did your mother train you to be a wife? Timmy Kramer laying it down in Chinatown. Love it. I avoid eye contact with women at the gym and work. That's a great way to live. QS, foreign women can be more difficult. Average Western women, especially if you have a fantasy, that's a submissive one. Well said, QS. It's setting right now, Mysterio. I don't believe in attachment, but it's difficult at times. Well, we've all been in that situation, Mike. Don't beat yourself up. Understand the lens you look through now. I avoid word contact with women at gym and work. It's not worth it. Divide and conquer in every aspect. Think about it. D-Man 50. Only person you can frame is yourself. Well said. Many years ago, I imagined myself married with a fine Latina living happily ever after. Funny how things change, says FJT. You'll never meet the kind of woman, and if you do you won't be able to keep her without being something you are not. They always want something different, Brandon. Guys, I'm going to be done here. Modern women don't want a man. They want an ATM machine. They want a provider. I'm glad Brother West will make 7 figures in corporate. He's going to do well. Hermit's back. Good to see Hermit. Shout out to Hermit's channel from D-Man. Simping is the most destructive thing a man can do in his life. Well said. Only in America can a woman who's horizontally 6 foot shame a man for not being 6 foot tall. Height doesn't matter on a bed, does it? Height doesn't matter laying down. Doing your hobby, side hustle, doing your own thing is winning for 300. Well said, Mysterio. If the law is not changing, I will not marry. Hold the line, guys. Thank you, Polska, for being here. Thanks for my wrenches. I rarely hear of women in many hobbies. No, their hobbies is the mirror and makeup. Now these gender surgeries are regretting their decisions. You're seeing a lot of it. You're seeing a lot of these people realizing that they made a bad mistake. Thanks, Mysterio. Thanks, everyone, for being here. This has been great. You guys are awesome. Till next time. I'll read this. A 33-year-old black man in Texas. I can't tell you the most racism I ever experienced have come from people in my own community. Coming from CJ. Get back on the plantation. Is that what they're saying? You guys are great. Rebel against defeat. And don't go to a foreign country looking for women. It's not good. It's not good. I'm out.